I met Stan Lee through Lee Mendelsohn, Lee was the producer of Peanuts from day one, and also the producer of Garfield from day one. And Lee and I really hit it off, and my wife and I hit it off with his wife, Desiree. And, you know, I did voices on the Betty Boop movie, and I played the parrot, I always enjoyed doing voices, and we became good friends. And I met Stan, and Stan and I hit it off right away. And he said, you know, he says, I got this thing from Hallmark. He says, I'm not a Hallmark guy. He said, but they want me to do this. Would you do that with me? And I said, absolutely. So thereafter, Stan and I did a lot of things together. And Stan, anytime he was in a position to get a writer hired, it was I. So he hired me to write the first feature for the Fantastic Four. And I had to write it at first with the guy who owned the rights to the Fantastic Four, a German producer named Bernd Eichinger, who made millions showing movies made for television in Germany. And he'd bought the rights to it. And he says, you will work with me. And I said, Stan, what about working with Vern? He says, get your helmet and stay under the bunker. So anyway, I sit with Bernd, and he says, well, let's begin. I said, what about? He said, no. I said, okay, what about? He says, no. I said, well, what if he said, no? I said, Bernd, do you know how a writer works? You know how I wrote, no, nine, how do you work? I said, a writer gets on the horse of his imagination and says, giddy up, horsey. And then you let the horse ride until you see something that you say, whoa, horse, let me study this. He says, yeah. I said, you're killing my fucking horse. He said, I think better you work alone. I said, yes, that's what I'll do. So anyway, I wrote the script. Bernd, no, it's not quite, do it. So I did another one. Stan said, I don't know what he wants. I think. Anyway, at that point, his option was going to run out unless he produced a Fantastic Four movie before Christmas. So he hired Roger Corman, yes, the famous quick and dirty guy, who did a Fantastic Four movie for less than $1 million in like 6 weeks. The special effects are, let's say, they leave a little to be desired. But he did it, so he kept the option and ultimately did the Fantastic Four movies he did, which I thought sucked.